Hey y'all, it's Melissa. Welcome to MessyMissy Creates. Let's get started in July. I've got plenty of stuff. I have not cut out stuff, so there's that. But I got a ton of stuff printed, and I have my notes. So I went ahead and just sewed in my journal off camera. And you know, if I had done it, well, this was the easiest sewing job I ever did. I mean, everything lined up perfectly. It went right in all 3 times, or 4 times, and I didn't have a single problem. So I could have probably put that on the tail end of that last video and everything would have been fine. But I didn't, so here we are. I'm going to start on the 1st. And I have quite a bit for this day. Let me start with this. My printables for this month, if you haven't already grabbed them. They're in my Etsy shop. Let's see. And Allison's item of the month challenge for July is printable. So technically speaking, I'm using a printable every day just by using my days and numbers. But we're going to go one step past that. Uh-oh, I left my scissors. Okay, I left my scissors in another room. So we're going to use these. So I'm going to, I was going to cut all these out, and I'm like, you know what? I just need to start the video. I had took enough time trying to find everything, print everything out. I probably printed out way more than I can do for days. Number of days per that I can get done in this video, but I wanted everything done and, you know, ready to go just in case I did get past 1 day or 2 days or 3 days, you know what I mean? So, okay, so the first was on a Tuesday. So right off the bat, my options are, for Tuesday, I have a blue with the white stars, I have red with the white stripes, blue with the white stripes, and red with the white stars. And I think I'm going to pick the red with the white stars. I did that for a reason, because I like choices. I think we all like choices. So, and it just depended on, you know, what the page looks like. So that's one of the reasons why, I could have still pre-cut the numbers because they're not going to change. But anyway, it only takes a second. So I'm still not feeling well. I feel a little bit better. I'm going to, let's see, have that somewhere along, you know, that area somewhere. I have other printables. This is Brooke's printables off her Etsy shop for July. Now, I did not, she also included days and numbers. I did not print those off because I already had my days and numbers. But look at all the fun clip art that she gives you. And, you know, like National Mojito Day is July 11th. Well, I did not know that. I need to find somebody who will make me a mojito. National Lipstick Day is July 29th. There's a lot of camping themed. Look at the little sloth with the patriotic hat, isn't he cute? And a little pig eating watermelon. And then 4th of July and some other patriotic flag, fireworks, things like that. And, anyway, and then some, like, what are those, not flashcards, but you know what I'm talking about, just some words. So, I have lots of printables to choose from. I also printed off, Elizabeth, at Never Hopeless by Elizabeth, her TV printable. She has some free printables listed in her description, and, you know, with her videos and her description. And I printed off, I actually went looking for her thermometers So Elizabeth, if you're watching, I could use a page of thermometers. Just saying. Because it's been almost a week now that I've been running a fever. So, anyhow, and yes, I did go to the doctor yesterday. But I've watched a lot of TV because I've just been kind of sitting and chilling and not feeling well. So I printed this one off. This is a huge TV. It's actually even a little large for my pages. So, but I'm going to, I printed those off. Oh, this is another one of Brooke's. This was her freebie on 4th of July. Chicka boom boom. I mean, I could not pass up patriotic chickens, right? So those will all be for the 4th. And then I posted in my Facebook page, I posted this as a free printable on the 4th. My printer cut it off the bottom. I hope it doesn't print like that for you. It shouldn't. If it does, let me know and I'll fix it. But it cut, I think my printer just cut it off. But let me know if it cuts yours off too, and I'll go back and fix it. So anyway, we have all of that. So the printables, like I said, Allison's item of the month is for July is printables. And she puts out, she randomly draws an item that she's, go watch her videos. She posts a video at the beginning or the end of every month of what the next item of the month is going to be. So for this month, it's printables, I do believe. I actually drew a gap in my brain on that one. And I'm like, did I dream that? I've been a little delirious, I'm sorry. I had that for the 1st and this for the 1st. I was saving stuff for the for July. And I have, on this day, I went, now let me see, my clip art printables are, well, you see a lot of bed and thermometers, and of course it's got a bunny on it. This day, oh, I had a very long eye appointment. Once a year. Now I have to go every 6 months. I'm on a medication that can cause me to lose my eyesight. So they do a very in-depth screening once a year. And then once you've been on the medication for a certain length of time, you have to start going every 6 months, because they monitor if they can catch the damage in time, then they can correct it. If not, then it's not fixable. But anyway, so I also have this picture, and then they do all these different tests. So this is the retinal scanner. This is something different, but I was going to use this eye. I'm not sure if I'm going to. I have pictures of, because I posted, I'm going to have some longer scissors. Okay. I can't cut straight lines with those small scissors. I did not write, oh, fiddlesticks. That's all right. I think I know most of them. I was going to say, I did not write what day. Normally on the back of my clip art or pictures, I write what day I had what. But I think I've got enough in my notes that I'll remember what's what. So this was me sitting in the room waiting for my eyes to go blurry and dilate. And this was just another picture of the machine. And I think I posted these printables on Etsy that day. That was the day that I posted my new July. I have an old one on there, and it's got I had a calendar on it, but it's from 2023. So and I know 2 of you bought them recently. If you're one of them, let me know in the comments. I made sure I went back and put 2023 on them so that you would know that the calendar was not correct. I have not updated that calendar. That calendar was harder to make than I thought it was going to be, so I have not been real eager to update it. But I posted new. These are different. I like these because I like the stars and then the stripes on the other ones. But anyway, so eye doctor. It was about a 2.5 hour appointment. And then where did that other, the one that I said is a different, it was still an eye picture, but it was, well, good job, now you lost it. Because, oh, here it is. They've told me that I have cataracts. I mean, I've known this for a couple of years now. But, oh good, it's raining. We needed some rain. But they told me that my night vision I don't drive at night because I can't see at night. And they did some little test, and it amazed me at how, I mean, they had me hold this little glass thing up to my eye and then get the whole eye chart in vision of that little up to my eye where I could see the whole eye chart. She's not shining a light, like a light from the edge in there, and all of a sudden I couldn't see anything but a couple letters. I was like, oh my goodness. So that's what happens to my vision at night. So that's why I don't drive at night. Thinking about using this to make a tip-in right here. I like the fact that my husband had a fishing meeting, and they have it at Sunny's. And I'm really thinking I'm going to use, it's not folded straight, so I'm trying not to go with the fold. This has some grease on it, so I'm not going to use that part. But I was thinking that I would make a little tip-in here. I probably will not use this magazine image. And technically speaking, all of these are printables. I mean, they're really not. Let's be real. They're not. They're clip art, and pictures. So they're not technically printable. So I still need to figure out what printable I'm going to put on my page. I mean, this is a picture of my printables. Does that count? It might if I can't figure out anything else to put on there. So anyway, they did talk about that my cataracts are ready for surgery. I'm not ready for surgery. I am a big baby when it comes to my eyeballs. And I do not like my eyeballs messed with. I have a hard enough time with, let's see, have a hard enough time going to this eye appointment, and I can't even put in eye drops in my eyes. So I'm like, how am I gonna? But anyway, I have to see her again in 6 months. So I said, well, right now it's not a huge deal, because she said my day vision is still okay. I mean, I have to wear glasses, but I can still see with my glasses. At night I can't see with my glasses on. So I need something. What do I need? Oh, I have that. The rest of this is for another day. Okay, so move over. I have a lot of stuff to put on this day, so I'm gonna need a tag. For all I know, this might be the only day we get to, and if that's the case, then that's okay. I was thinking about making this one, this side about my eye appointment, so I opted to wait. I don't know. Opted to wait on the surgery. I told her I'll call her back. My people will get with your people. You know what I mean? So, okay, so I'm gonna glue this down because I clearly need more space. Man, I'm glad I didn't go with that small journal. I could print some of the smaller, but I mean, it's not that big. So, and I could have made my pages a little longer, but I could add a flip. I could do that. What do I want to do though? I have lots of paper and lots of things to choose from. So what do I want? Well, I don't know. That's a very, very, very good question. I am thinking, let me take a peek, see at, let me make sure one of these, I promise, this is Brooks Printables. I promise I'm nicer than my face looks. I was looking to see if there was one, I was reading that. It says she wore flowers in her hair and carried magic secrets in her eyes. And I can't read who it was by. Obviously don't necessarily want, I could put July, you better be good. You better behave. I don't think we're camping in July. It is hotter than Hades, and we camp more in the fall than we do in the summer. So I could use this printable. I think I'm going to use that on, I don't know. Would that fit right here? I'm not sure. Okay, let's decide what we want. I can decide printable later. Let me decide what kind of, I'm going to glue this in. And then I'm going to decide, I'm going to make a decision, one way or the other. I'm going to decide, I've said it 3 times now, what I want to use to make a tag. Or I can see if I already have a tag made, which I don't know that I do. I have some pockets made, but I don't know if I have any ready-made tags. That needs to be a video here very soon, or I need to work on that very soon. I would imagine I would video it. Okay, so we have a tuck, and it matches our page, and that makes me happy. I have some tags somewhere down here. I do not think I ever made any. Well, there's 85,000 things in my tag box that's not tags, right? There was a bunch of envelopes and, okay, I could use, this doesn't really match, but we do have sunflowers right now. What about this one? That one might be a little small. Those are kind of fallish. These are garden related. I didn't do anything garden related. Ice cream. I have some of these. Oh, that would be, well, it's not the right red and blue, but let's just see what we think, because that's the only options that are even close to viable options. Don't think I really like this one. It's not horrible, but it's not great. I don't think I like this one. It's a little bright. The back of this page is not, it's off-white, not white. But we're going to use that one. I'm going to keep it close by because we'll use that one before this is over with. Or, you know, before. And then this is almost like a pinky red with blue. So I'm not using that. Okay. So guess what? We get to cut up some paper. Yay. Now I just put my paper away. So let's look in my, this is thin. I don't think I want, well, again, that's got white background. Ooh, that doesn't match either. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. This is really thin paper. Let me get something a little thicker. let's look in the summer book and see if we can pick out something that we can live with. This is mojito paper, so if I do have a mojito on mojito day, I can definitely use that paper to write about it. I do like mojitos. It's one of the few drinks that I do like. I can't tell you the year of the last one that I had. You know what I'm saying? It's not the right color blue. That's too pink. That's too pink. That's too yellow. I feel like Goldilocks or the Three Bears. Nothing's matching. Hold on, I'll be right back. I've got this stuff right here, but it's too thin. Thin as in narrow. Those are the offcuts from my... Oh, let me keep looking. Oh, I think I have something. That might have to work. It does have a white background, but it might have to work. Well, I was looking in this little bit box that is a disaster now. Let me grab my other July paper that I already put up. Why I did that was silly. Because I thought I was cleaning my craft room. And that was a silly thought. Okay, so here's this pad. I'm going to probably pull from the pad. I mean, I have the exact same paper that is on this page. I could use that. That would be the easiest thing to do. But these are thicker. So let's see what we can live with out of that. They are going to have white backgrounds, so that's going to be an issue. I can tell already. That's why I don't do a lot of vintage stuff in my... Well, we could use a flag tag right off the bat. I don't want fireworks yet. Definitely don't want that one. That one wouldn't be bad. Let's see, what are we trying to match here? I've knocked everything off my page now. That one's not bad. It has stars on it. And that one's not bad either. Let's use the flags. Or let's keep looking. Because I can't make up my mind. I don't want those stars. That's not, none of them are horrible. This one I like, and that one I like. That one I do not. I don't have, I mean, I know you can use a dog anyway. Okay, I could do this and then make just a solid blue tag. Let's see if I have another piece of this paper. Could use that one, it just has paw prints on it. How about this one? I like that one. Let's use it. Let's just make some decisions. And let's hope that I didn't drag everything off of my page. Now, let's see. Ruler. Every time I say ruler, you know what I think about. Bueller. Okay, good job. I did all that time arranging what I wanted, and then I knocked it all off. Okay, so I wanted about 5 inches wide and about 7.5 inches tall, maybe. That sound good? Yep. 7.5, 5. Oops. 5. So let's do the 5 first. And I want it this way. So This is the direction I want to do the 5. Right? So I want them upright. Okay. We'll use that for scrap later. And then this is the 7.5. Let's find 7.5. I could go 8. Do I want 8? I said 7.5, didn't I? Let's stick with what I said. Because, hey, we might want to add something to the top. Okay. That fits perfectly. And I think I'm even going to be able to keep, I might put the day and date on this one. Then I should have made it 8. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? We'll put some fabric up there or something. We'll do or some ribbon or something fun. So I can put we're going to cover some of this anyway, right? So if I put my eye appointment stuff on here, you'll never even know. This is not today. This was this day. This was this day. Seems like I had more than that. And then I can put that like that. Or I can just put them straight, and that would make it a little more even. Anyway, I don't even have to have I can skip this, because I use that one when I do the scans on people at the clinic, so I know what I had done. They do a field of vision test, and then they do all kinds of stuff. It was literally 2.5 hours. And then that way I can put this on here like that. And then what am I missing? What did I knock off? Because, well, let's look at the list. Or let's look at my notes. I posted printables on Etsy. I have my video. That's this one right here. So I have that. I have this. And I have that. Because I think what I'm going to do for my printable, well, I'll tell you that in a minute. Let me get some glue paper and get this stuff glued down, or we're never going to get off this day. Let's start with a new piece of paper. Start the month off with a new piece of glue paper. And let's do this. How is your July journaling going? How are you doing? I'm behind. I know you're all shocked. I have not felt well enough to even come in here and fiddle with my journal. Now, I did manage to get it made and whatever, but that like zapped me for the rest of the day. I have not worked in the garden. I didn't even go feed my chickens over the weekend. My husband did that for me. So, and, let's see. Yeah, that's gonna be in here like that. Yeah, I was debating on if I wanted that here. I really don't. It looks kind of, I don't know, kind of creepy or something. Let's glue the day and date down too, so that'll keep falling off before I'm bound to lose it at some point if I don't glue it down and I keep pushing my book away. But I decided today to make myself feel better. Not physically, but, you know, about my journaling being behind. I realized today that I'm behind, but I'm not as behind as I was in June. Starting off June. Now, I don't remember why I was behind starting off June. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Because that was when my father-in-law got sick. I do remember that. Because he got diagnosed on Memorial Day. I forgot about that. And then that's when all the companies started coming in town. And we had to start caregiving and all that good stuff. So, yes, I do remember why I was behind. And, yeah. I need that little pill right there. He's been floating around on my desk. I finally get to use him. Okay, so I'm thinking that here. And glue this. Can y'all see? Am I sharing? I'm gonna glue this. Alright, come on. I don't want glue boogers anywhere. If my memory serves me, I don't even think I got my journal made until like the 7th or 8th last month. I'll have to go back and look at that. You can correct me if I'm wrong, because you might know more than I do. Oh, I did not leave myself room. Yes, I did. I was going to say, I didn't leave myself room to put a ribbon or anything up there. And this is crooked, so it's going to drive me cray-cray a little bit. So I finally, well, anyway, I got my journal. Today is the 7th. I'm hoping to get this posted today. And then it will be, I will be ahead of June. So all you can do, if you can do 1% better than you did yesterday, or 1% better than you did last month, or whatever, that's still improvement, right? So I'm not going to sit here and figure out the percentages because, well, it's just not that important to me. And I don't want to do math. My brain's not that focused. I'm having a hard enough time, you know, cutting and talking at the same time. Okay, but anyway, I know that it's a little bit better than what I started with in June. So there's improvement is my point. Okay, so eye doctor visit. We talked about cataract surgery, posted printables. I did a video. And my husband had a fishing meeting at Sunny. So I have everything documented that I need documented. Excuse me. Now this is where I can put July, you better be good. Because if I was going to use this somewhere, it would probably be... Oh, I don't want to cut that little piggy's foot off. Well, I was going to make it square, but I would have had to cut the little piggy's foot off, and I didn't want to do that. So we're going to round it. And I'm going to hope it fits there. If not, then I have a backup plan. There's little stars printed here and here. I doubt you can see that in the camera. But that's why I'm cutting around what appears probably to you like I'm cutting around white space. And I mean, you could, if I don't have room for that, I can cut them off. And that probably would not be a big deal. It fits perfectly. Look at that. Just like it's meant to be. So, please, July, you better be good. I like that. There's my printable for Allison's Item of the Month Challenge. So, let's get that glued on. Let's find some ribbon or material or something like that to put on here. And then we'll see if we have time to move on to day 2, because from here it gets mighty boring. Because there's not a lot going on. Because sister just kind of laid there and watched Hallmark. Good thing, or lucky for me, that it's Christmas in July on Hallmark, because I would have been bored out of my mind. I think it was Friday. By this Friday. Well, this day I still was feeling okay. But it's the next day that I started getting sick. So, let's move. Now that I've avalanched everything. Oh, here I have some washi. That doesn't really match, but I I was tempted to put the blue washi across here though. That would strengthen that up a little bit, but I'm looking for, what am I looking for? I have new ribbon. I have red plaid. That's not new. This is new. It's not quite the same red as what is in here, but do we care? A little bit, yeah. I have blue polka dot. That's definitely not the same blue. Do I care? Yeah, sorta. Although this is a lighter blue. This is just happens to be a darker blue. The red check isn't bad. I have something else though that I think will work better. If I can. You just have no idea the avalanche I just created behind me. So anyway, we're going to use, I think, or we're going to attempt to use a little piece of this. Let's see, how big of a little piece do I want? Let's try that little bit of a piece. I want some of the stars in there, so I don't want it too small. I swear if I get up off this stool, I'm going to trip and fall over backwards. So don't let me get up off the stool. So I can cut. Wish I had made some little ruffles for the 4th, but I haven't yet because that would be a cute place to put a little ruffle. But I can treat it like ribbon, right? And kind of do a little V like that. Let's cut it here and see what we think. Now I'm going to cut it in half. Otherwise you're just going to see the back side of the material. Okay. That little piece doesn't want to cooperate, so it can go in the back. And then we can glue this on, or we can staple it on. I'm thinking staple. And it doesn't cover up anything that we don't care about, or that we care about. Anything that we don't care about. That really was not English, was it? Where's the stapler? Come on, Tiny Tim, where are you? There you are. Do I staple? Do I glue? Do I staple? Do I glue? The problem with stapling is not moving that first one. Okay, so these are going to be floppy. So now the first one doesn't matter, it won't move. Let me do one here, and then I'll come in from this left side. If I can do this left-handed, I don't know. And do that there. Okay. So it works. It's a little floppy, but it's going to stand up on the, you know, it'll stay up. It'll be fine. And I think that page may be done. Unless I choose to do something else with it. And we're already 40 minutes in. So, oh mercy, bright page. Why didn't I put that paper in? It's okay. It's alright, it's a Wednesday. I don't have much for this day. And, okay, this worked out perfectly because this has bright colors in it. This was just my volunteer day. And that is for another day. This says, chocolate is crucial for our survival. Dinosaurs didn't have chocolate, and look what happened to them. I mean, you can't argue with that, right? so it was kind of a chocolate kind of a day. So I think I'm going to add some ink over here. Which, well, I couldn't have done it first because we did the other page first. Everything can't be first. So what else did I have this day? This was my, where did my stuff go? I lost all my stuff. I have thermometers, and I have tired. This is what I wanted. All right, y'all. If you use these emoji or memojis or whatever they're called, I edited, after I got my hair cut, I edited my memoji or whatever that is. And it will not let me change my clothes anymore. It used to give you a certain number of outfits to choose from. Even though all the good ones you had to buy. But at least it let you change your clothes. I got my hair changed on it. I got all that stuff done. But the other thing I used to be able to do with them is I used to be able to type it in the notes and it would come up big enough and I could save it to a picture in my notes app on my phone. And then I could print it out as clip art. Now it prints it that tiny. I mean, it prints it like it would if you're typing, like that size font. Let me not fussy cut with, oh, you know what? If I was gonna do color, I should have done, yeah, do it now. Yeah. So it can dry, right? And hey, we got orange on here. I'm gonna play off the orange. Might as well. And then we'll have to find a suitable printable. Is this the right color orange? Yeah. I don't want it to be soaking wet because then it won't ever dry. Okay. That was a little too dry. There we go. Good enough. And I had the orange close by. Definitely need to change up my washi. I said that the whole month of June and I did not do it. I definitely have to this month because I need some patriotic washi. Or something that matches something patriotic. Trying to remember. Hold on. I got this card. I honestly can't remember. This is from Allison. It says, sending waves of compassion and support. I got you. And so, which was very sweet. Thank you, Allison. I cannot remember exactly what day it came. It probably came like a day or two before I actually got it out of the box. So I'm going to, and come to think of it, I wouldn't have even had to have, I'm trying to figure out how to, I don't want to flip it over because it's got addresses. I've got them somewhat covered. I'm trying to figure out without putting it down here, although that's almost dry already. If I want to tip it, I think I'm going to tip it in. If I tip it in here, backwards like that. Nope, that doesn't work. I'd have to do it here. Nope, that doesn't work either. Okay, here we go. If I tip it. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You can do it to where the card shows. Is where the point I was trying to make with that. Let me show you without showing you everything that I'm trying not to show you. Okay. If I flip it in here, then this, look at the orange matches, right? So, and we can still see the front of the card. I can still put my, we're going to tip that in, so I can still put my volunteer day up here, or I can put it over here. Oh, I need a day and number. Yikes. Definitely have too many printables out at the moment because I have 7 days worth of things. Okay, I'm going to use the blue Wednesday with the stripes, I think. Or, no, I'll use the blue Wednesdays with the star. Because there's, yeah, there is red on that page, but it's alright. There we go. Okay, after this, I'm going to get myself together. I did not do a whole lot this day. I worked a long day, a little bit longer day than normal at the clinic. And then I came home. I was so tired. I just came home and chilled. And something happened. Oh, when my husband got home from work, he said, oh, you did. I run the thermostat up like 2 degrees. Okay. I normally keep my thermostat on 69 because it's hot. I get hot even at 69 degrees. How much time do I have? I better hurry. And so I run it up to like 71 or 72 just so it doesn't run all, I mean, you know, when I'm going to be gone for a while. Anyway. And he said when he got home from work, he said, you didn't run the air back down when you got home. I was like, oh, I didn't, did I? And then it occurred to me that I actually was a little chilly. And if you know me for 5 minutes, you know that I don't get chilly. I don't get cold. I'm like never cold. That does not look good on that day, on that page, but we might put it over here. Anyway, I'm hot more than I'm cold. So I'm like, let me get up. I'm really tired. Let me go find a thermometer. So it took me the third thermometer to find one that had a battery that worked. Why we have, well, never mind. I know why we have multiple thermometers. Back during the C word, that was, well, anyway, that's another story. Look, see, I started cutting this out. Oh, and then I inked. That's right. Okay. So let me move that so that can finish drying. Squirrel. That was a long squirrel. Anyway, so I took my temperature, and sure enough, I've got a low-grade fever. Well, it's not high enough to be alarming or anything like that. But my temperature normally runs like 97. You know, anytime they take it, it's like 97 point something or whatever. Other than it feels like my body temperature is like 185 all the time. But it's not. So I'm like, it was just like 99 something. I was like, okay, that's definitely worth going, You know what I'm saying? So that's too big to go there. I was tired, and then we're going to do this right here. Okay, so I've tied all the orange together. Now I need my printable. Oh, shoot. Well, we're just going to have to put chocolate and dinosaurs back here because that kind of matches. And I'll put this down like that. And put that up there. I haven't glued anything on yet. Okay, so let's find a printable. Rotary. I had a whole basket. Ay, ay, ay. Y'all. Okay. I have a whole basket of printables. These are from Lydia. I was thinking I could even use one of these, like that one, instead of my witchamadoodle. These are some that I never used. These are some days and dates. I wonder if, here's ones that say, well, could you sleepy? Meh. Yeah, meh. I could use a bunny. These are days and dates. These are some more Brooks printables from, I don't know. Oh, these were June from 2021. Oh, yeah, because, right. But I didn't garden. See, today we remember this. I could use that. I could use this. Let me keep that one up. I did not, these are some more Lydia's printables from her Patreon. Gardening day, laundry day, grocery shopping, did not do that. Housework, did not do that. Here are some breakfast printables. I could put a cup of coffee. Not quite right, the right blue. Well, actually, ooh, I could put a bowl of cereal on there. Let's see. I don't need this whole handful of printables. I just wanted some. Here's also some words. Let's see. None of the, I think these are all about road trip, holiday, weekend, travel, getaway. I love these words, but I did not do any of those. So that would be a lie. It would be a lie. I could, let's stick with the breakfast. Let's try that. Because this kind of matches that, right? So we've mentioned, I need to remember to link all these people in the, nope, corn, you don't get used today. That doesn't get used today, that doesn't get used today. This I'm going to tip in. I'm going to put glue on the flip. Hold on just a second. Let me think. I need glue on, oh, see, there I go showing addresses. Okay. I've got them covered with masking tape, no, washi tape, but you can kind of see through it. So there's that. So I just don't want them, I don't want to put anybody's address out there that, you know, doesn't need to be out there. So I'm just running a little bit of art glitter glue right here, and then I'm going to put it down right here. Okay. I was thinking I was going to glue the whole envelope down. That's why I wasn't worried about covering. I will go back and cover that better, just because, for the sake of, you know, like when I go do a flip through or something like that. But just to make sure that that's on there good. Okay. This can come down here. This may not make the page for the day. That's kind of random breakfast. I don't know what I had for breakfast that day. I know that I had coffee. I do know that I had coffee. Oh, yes, and I'm yawning, and so coffee makes sense, right? What I probably had for breakfast that day was yogurt. because that's usually, ever since I started making my own yogurt, that's usually what I have for breakfast. But I sure did like how that breakfast, I mean, I could use both if I have room for them. So this will be my printable for the day. I love this prompt. I think this is so much fun. There's been some people who have been putting out some free printables, so if you want to play along with the challenge, Brooke on her Facebook page puts out a freebie printable every Friday, or Friday-ish, or sometimes Friday, or, you know. I'm just picking at you, Brooke. I only say it because you said it. Let's see. And then this right here. Okay, so what do I need to glue down first? Let me glue my day and date down. And I already lost. Do you believe it? I already lost my glue paper. It's okay. I have 895 more. So much for starting off July with a new glue paper, right? I lost it 56 minutes into the video. Wow, okay. Speed up. All right, so we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do this like that. And then I do wish breakfast would fit, because and I can put that on another day, but it really matches that. I could cut out breakfast and put it right there, but I don't have to, and I don't need to, so I won't. But let's see, I need to glue the volunteer down first, I think, and not push it all the way down. I think that's the order in which I need to glue this. So volunteer like this, and I pushed it down. I did it. I just said don't push it all the way down, and I pushed it all the way down. Yeah, so I went to the doctor yesterday. I went up, our CVS's have a minute clinic. I don't know if yours does. They advertise walk-ins. They don't really mean walk-in. Most people have appointments, so I was the odd man out that did not have an appointment. I'm gonna put it like that. And then we'll figure out where to stick that cup of coffee here in just a minute. Like that. I'm thinking we're just going to put the coffee up here. So, we've talked about Lydia's printables. Now, she has some on Etsy and some on her Patreon. Brooke has printables on her Etsy page, and as well as freebies on her Facebook page. I have number printables, and some of my sets come with clip art, but and I've only put one freebie on my Facebook page so far. So anyway, if you're not on my Facebook page, by the way, go run and do that. We are still growing. And I would love to see you post more. I'd love to see what you're working on. And it doesn't even matter what kind of craft. I mean, it matters, but it doesn't. If it's something that you created, post it. I thought about, a friend was telling me yesterday about some diamond art she was making. And I almost invited her. She's my neighbor, actually. And I almost invited her to the page because she does some beautiful diamond art. But I know this is primarily journaling and paper crafting and stuff like that, so I didn't. But hey, if you do diamond art, go for it. Do diamond art. Still debating on doing one of these, but okay. So far, I've got everything documented. And I'm severely out of time. And had a long day, tired. I may have come home and fiddled with my journal a little bit, but I really think I just came home and sat on the couch and watched TV, to be honest with you. Okay, so this slides in and out. I can put other stuff in here if I want to journal about that. And I have journaling space back here. And I'm going to cover that sufficiently so that I don't have to worry about flipping that. It's just the washi tape had white, kind of a white background. And I did not... you can see through it. So that's why I did that. So I think I got everything on here. That was the day I started running a fever. I will talk about that more later because I really got to go. And I hope you enjoyed that. We got a good start. We've used printables. I used one from Brooke here and one from Lydia at February and June. And I will link, oh, and I used one from Elizabeth, or I showed you some from Elizabeth at Never Hopeless by Elizabeth. So I'll link all of those for you. And between the three of them and myself, you should be able to find some printables. So technically anything you print is a printable, just saying. But anyway, I was just looking at something. All right. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or your evening, depending on what time this posts. And I will, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.